out of the frying pan and into the fire, or maybe more accurately stated, out of the forge and into the fray. Out of the forge because our players have been broken out of their Season 1 teams, pitted against each other in a melee of placement matches, and then redrafted onto the teams that we will be watching tonight. We've seen bits and pieces of their play already in the preseason, but that is now past, and the rosters are locked in for the foreseeable future. Thanks for joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Entry Point Esports. That's right, it's the EPE, your friendly neighborhood North American Counter-Strike league driven by volunteers and featuring players of all skill levels. Chosen a great night to sit in on the stream, as tonight marks the launch of the second season featuring these new rosters. And if you haven't watched this before, you may be pleasantly surprised, as the games can be quite good. Tonight, we've got Boomtown and Fragasaurs facing off. Looks like we are getting into the game. Going to be Mirage for the first game. These are going to be best of twos. And my name is Cal. I'll be doing play-by-play for you tonight. Joining me, it is the man, the myth, Bible Klinger on color. Straight into this pistol round. Bomb is heading up apartments, going towards B. Not a bad spread from the defense here, and actually looks like they are going to opt to go underpass instead. Smoke is out here, blocking it off. Scoobs is holding window. Fires off a few shots. May have seen Jello holding over here by box. It's going to be Okinawa, friend of the stream, sometimes broadcaster. Picking up the first one, going to be a headshot. CTs have the advantage until Skyline finds the kill on Scoobs up in window. Bunching up outside of connector, and now coming up. Icy Fire on the dualies, trying to shoot all the way over from that B side, but Okinawa going to sit on the other side of the smoke and picks up a very clean second. Bomb is going down. 3-on-3 in this post plant. Okinawa finds another one. That's going to be 3 headshots, 3 kills in the pistol round. Ozzy falling back to a main. Can he get this kill? He will. Take down Iffy. Now it's going to be down to Luck. 3-shot. Trying to draw this out as much as he can. Ooh, and very nice shot from him. Can he get the last one on Okinawa? No, Oki going for the ace. Will he find it? Probably not going to be able to get the bomb, though. Oh, and he is going to have to retreat. Nice from Ozzy, who just stays put long enough. Heroics from Okinawa, but just can't make it happen. The opening round does go to Fragasaurs.
That's a pretty epic beginning round right there. A lot of back and forth. Okinawa, if the name sounds familiar, it's not just a place out in Japan. It's a person who's actually been on the casting desk before. So it's nice to see him play. 4 kills right there for him. He's going to be happy about that.
Absolutely. Speaking of casting, you can catch Okinawa and Bible. Did some additional games on Saturday. Be sure to check out the channel if you're into that. You may not have seen that on our usual Monday, Wednesday schedule. Round number 2. Decent buy from the Terrorists. 2 Galils, 2 AKs, a MAC-10. Slow play from Luck. Moving up. Ramp. Many Terrorists here stacked up middle. Taking a lot of space here. Eagle far back by ticket. That's going to be JP. But is Okinawa going to go down to the Galil from B-Nogs? JP opting to fall back a little bit behind. Ticket is going to get shot by Luck. 3-shot with that AK. Can Icy find something with this 5-7? Scoobs with the Deagle, can't quite find anything, and Icy is also going to get shut down without finding a kill. It's going to be Fragasaurus picking up the second very cleanly, not a man down.
I believe the teams actually are swapped, if I'm not mistaken. Okinawa is actually on Fragasaurs. So I believe we're going to give those 2 to Boomtown. Interesting, though, that they're able to get the second round so easily. We've seen that time and time again, where the second round is not as easy to win after you've won the pistol, but good on them for being able to do it.
Skyline picking up the equalizer. Oh, but JP picking up one on Luck 3-shot as well. Now the 4-on-3. Bomb is making its way up connector. Scoobs, nice find with the op. Playing by Ticket. Ooh, and this angle's being watched. The Jello's trying to move through as well. Nice angle from Icy Fire to pick up Fragasaur's first in this game.
That's a good rifle round from them right away. Coming back right into it, 1-2. This is already looking to be competitive, in my opinion. Obviously, it's going to determine, or that's going to be determined by Boomtown's ability to play the rifle rounds. I've noticed it time and time again. You'll get teams that can play pistol really well, and as a result, they might get an extra couple rounds. But if the rifle rounds aren't up to speed, especially T side and everything, it can get a little bit dicey.
Yeah, you really need to be able to come in with that firepower, or you'll get pinged sooner or later. JP gonna find the opener on B-Nogs. 2 CTs here at A. Bomb sitting mid as the T's have mid control. Gonna be down to Okinawa to hold on to connector. He manages to. Finds one on Jello. Down to the 3-on-5. Where's the offense going to try and leverage a play? Luck is up in apps. Skyline opting for some shots from mid. Not going to be able to find anything, though. And Iffy goes down by B, trying to come out of apartments. This is really rough now if you are Boomtown. Only 2 players alive, still holding on to mid. Nobody on the rotate or anything coming from the CTs. Flash comes out, but no peek. I feel like the boost, though. Oh, but Skyline's going to find it. Go for a cheeky little... Yeah, that was. Going for a cheeky little play. Doesn't quite pay off. I want to overthink this if you're Fragasaurs. You still have the 2-man advantage. Flash does catch Skyline. Very nice. And the peek from Okinawa off the back of that. Picks up 2. Nice from the defense. It's going to be 3 kills on the round for Oki, who has opened up 7-2.
Yeah, I'm liking Fragasaur's defensive setup here. It just seems like Boomtown's walking right into the meat grinder instead of, dissecting it by getting the kills, getting the entries. Even when they get a kill and they get in there, it just seems like you've got so many of the SAR players just ready to go and ready to rumble.
Seems like in that round, too, they lost that man advantage early, and then they got kind of forced into trying to use luck to come out of apps, and it just didn't really work, and then didn't really have a lot of resources besides that mid control to leverage. And now, coming into round number 5, gonna opt for mostly an eco, excuse me. Skyline with the Deagle and Luck with the CZ. Will he be able to get anything done? Pushing up deep is Ozzy. Just outside of the last part of apartments. It's going to be JP who finds the first and the second. Both of them trying to come out Palace. Can't get it done, but Luck can. Manages to find one onto JP. The Scoobs is there to trade him back out. No panic yet from the CTs, just holding their ground. Smoke is going to go down. If he playing inside of B site. Moving back by Arches. Nice from Icy Fire to pick up one as well. And all down to B-Nogs, who only has a Glock. He does have the bomb. Can he make a little bit of extra money for his team? Would be good. Makes the noise, goes for the plant. It is going to be Okinawa, who has been quietly waiting on the other side of Ticket to pick that up. And Fragasaurs take the lead after going down initially 0-2.
Okinawa having a great game. 8 kills, 2 deaths. We'll have to see if he can keep that up, though. It's very difficult for some, in some cases, for some players to maintain a really, hot streak there, especially once halftime rolls around. The nature of the game here on Mirage changes a lot, in my opinion.
Yes. So hard to rewire your brain in the 30 seconds it takes for the half to switch. What works on one side, not guaranteed to work on the other.
This looks like the first serious A execute. It's going to be like full out, all the smokes, all the grenades. We're going to have to see if this pans out for Boomtown.
Yeah, it seems like Boomtown's been opting a little bit more for the default kind of style, not finding a lot to show for it. So I like this change of pace. You're absolutely right, Bible. Here comes some smokes. Get that smoke down to get off jungle. JP hiding from inside the site. Sees one Tetris. Oh, but it's Beanogs who covers a lot of space. Gonna be able to come in and get the kill, but Scoobs from the off. Back here behind Ticket does find one, but Luck finds 2 headshots, and another one comes in from Skyline, and just like that, the defense has completely evaporated. It's only Iffy left with this AK, gets peeked through Murder Hole, and does die as a result. Nice response from Boomtown, who find a very effective A execute in the round number 6.
Yeah, I like Boomtown's execute there. I thought that was pretty good. All they lost for was Beanogs. You can easily rebuy on that. You could do that for days. Lose one player and just keep going. Yeah, the question is if they're going to have more than just the A execute, or maybe if they can do an A execute fake and then run it B.
Does look like they may leverage a lurker this round. They are sending Ozzy back up towards apartments. Potentially going down underpass. Does look like that's the play. And look at this. Beanogs just dry peeking, walking out. Gonna spot the headshot. Nice game sense there. What a call to just walk up A main. Here comes the bomb and the rest of the T's, but they elect to not have eyes on Ticket, and Scuba is going to make them pay for that. Picks up one with the off and falls back as his teammate with the rifle, and it's going to be Okinawa with that FAMAS. But I like this little bait and switch. You've seen the op. Will you be prepared? And it turns out that Skyline totally is. And another round where the A execute yields quite a bit of fruit.
I like the varied approach, though. That was not, your traditional full-out execute with the smokes and everything. That was just, a little bit of a sneaky play there. Just creeping out there and looking for the smallest of pixels just to get the first entry kill. And it sent Okinawa packing right away because he had no idea the exact strength of the team, what was going on, how many people there were, and they tried to get into a defensive position that just didn't work.
It looks like Boomtown actually opted to do a little bit of hunting there and did get punished. They actually did not pick up either Iffy or Scoobs, and they only keep one rifle. Probably not the biggest deal.
It is questionable when you look at the results, but I have to say, like, they had the money, and I think they calculated that as a risk because you got luck shot or lucky shot on 7,000. He can still buy it. Yeah, Aussie's on and off. They're fine with that. They can't do that too many times, but they really want to shut it down early.
Oh, Scoobs going for that quick flick is going to miss. The op duel between him and Ozzy does not find a victor. They have Scoobs playing Watching Apartments from inside market. Jello up here taking space, looking through connector, doesn't see anybody, checking underpass as well. Calling Scoobs back over, potentially. Look at this space, Icy Fire all the way in T-spawn. And JP also just up main. They know exactly where the T's are not. Look at this smoke coming out. A bit of a fake. Fortunately for them, look how far up Icy Fire is. He's about to fully wrap all the way back up into mid from the terrorist side. And with JP now getting in this gunfight and picking one up, this is the best case scenario if you're Icy Fire, who does find 2. That was going to be Ozzy picked up first, who was just walking, was not expecting a CT there. And this slow round, these default and slower rounds do not seem to really be going the way of Boomtown so far. Nice shot from Okinawa through the wall. Bragasaurs equal it up. 4-4. Good game so far, back and forth.
I like that push from Icy Fire, and not only that, but when he's in mid and he's getting that kill, he first spots the player hopping around trying to get into window, and he wants to go for the kill there, obviously. However, he ends up hearing the second player running at him, and instead of taking the first shot and giving away his position, he waits and kills the second player first. It's actually a really smart play.
Yes, that was very smart. Glad you mentioned that. I wanted to mention it in the moment, but it was moving a little fast. I did notice him hear that second player coming up. You couldn't quite see him yet. Into round number 9. Bomb is heading up towards B. 2 terrorists up there, one opting for underpass, but JP's going to find B-Nogs, the lurker, over by A. What will he make of that presence? Ooh, and if he finds 2 up in apps and is going to find the bomb, Icy Fire gets taken out by Luck Shot. With this Deagle, small consolation though. What do you really have as options here if you're Luck Shot? Gonna be hard. Just a deagle. Kanara recovers that AK. Opts to walk it back over to B. Lockshot just trying to play the slow. Does turn around just in time for JP to peek him. Fortunate timing there. But Fragasaurs find the lead 5-4 and only lose one doing so.
Fragasaur's looking pretty good. I know the scoreline's pretty even, 5-4, right? But I really like the fact that all of their players are getting kills. All of them are positive in KD. They're all contributing in various ways to the success of the team. It's something you want to see early. You want to see everybody on fire quickly. You don't want to have to see players warm up or get ready in the second half. It's just, you don't always have enough time to play around with in the second half.
Scoops finds the first underpass onto Skyline. One cool thing Bible has been seeing, Scoops has been pretty consistently on this op all night. Wonder if that is an affectation from being on a team finally. Maybe those preseason games a little bit more riskier to grab an op for teams not with you. T's do make their way into a site. Bomb is going down. Icy Fire trying to see through the smoke, can't see much. Shots ringing through the smoke. Who's going to go down first? It's going to be Okinawa, found by B-Nogs, but then Icy Fire gets the nade onto Lucky Shot. Retake Dicey. CT's Tetris. Palace. Oh, nice. Jello finds Iffy. Icy Fire finds B-Nogs. And Ozzy finds Icy. All down to Scoobs with the AWP and the P2K. And he is going to be taken out by Jello, and that AWP will be recovered. Nice job from Boomtown to even the score, 5-5.
That could have gone either way when it was down to the 3 versus 3. I mean, you have to have Nerds of Steel there. You got to hold your position if you're on Boomtown's side there. T side defending post plant. And they managed to do it. It was very close, though. It's, I don't know. I mean, that could have gone either way. There's no telling how the rest of these rounds are going to go. No team is really in full control.
So much chaos in that round. I feel like they managed just to make it. Seems like when you put Fragasaurs in these uncomfortable positions, either with pace or with a little bit of confusion, you have a better chance of taking these rounds. Icy Fire, quick up mid, is going to take the duel by the boxes. Takes out Jello, who was all the way back almost by Clark and Apps. Luck shot, trying to go in, just barely misses the quick scope. Gets taken out by JP. Some counter-terrorist aggression. Skyline drops out of Palace, but that was heard by the CT, but nice pickup from Skyline to find JP. Scoob's gonna find this. No, he's not. Goes down in CT spawn. AWP is off the table for this round. 3-on-2. Man disadvantage. Icy Fire, good position. Not expecting Skyline, though. And now it's down to Okinawa. Watching Murder Hole is actually going to go through it. Into mid. Will he push into jungle? Probably smart to just sit here. See if you can get any exits. See if you can get any info.
Speaking of info, I think that was part of the problem that SAR is running into. I think that they're doing these CT pushes, which are actually smart, and I think they should keep doing them. However, the intent of the push isn't just necessarily to hold ground. I think what they need to be doing is finding out where, like as you said before, where the T's are not, and deduce where they actually are, and then stack the site heavy. So if they push mid and there's not much going on, they should immediately go back to either A or B. They should have some way of figuring out exactly which site they are going to be stacking. I just think that on that round where they ended up in the 3v3, they had mid control and they knew the terrors were not mid, and they didn't rotate out of mid fast enough. And I think that's part of what led the fractured retake of the site.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It is surprising because you're right, they do those CT pushes, and in a lot of cases they're finding kills, but you know, that time just have strong entries coming in from the T's when they're just kind of clumped together. That spacing so hard to deal with.
Well, I think Boomtown's taking advantage of it, right? Where they are getting pushed from one side. They're like, okay, you know, just forget that area and let's just focus on the bomb side and take it. And it's working out for them. So I think that The CTs are doing a good job. They just can't be victims of their own success. They have to be able to fall back to the sites and play the fundamental.
Well, they do not hear you, Bible, as they have 3 people pretty quickly up mid. All right, falling back a little bit now. Okinawa
Yeah,
up.
see, they're figuring it out. They're like, okay, no, it's time to get out of here. So
A little bit
the
better.
problem, the problem,
Go
in my
ahead.
opinion, is that they don't know if it's A or B, and so they're kind of stuck in mid, waiting. Like, well, we'll be here until we figure it out and get the alarm. And I think maybe that's the problem they need to figure out how to fix.
There's going to be Luckshot and Beanogs finding openers. Icy Fire answers and finds 1. But here we go again. The bomb is on this A site. Nary a CT here. Last round of the half. Gotta go for this retake, but where are the terrorists at? Position from Ozzy pretty far away. Is just going to elect to run all the way through T-spawn. May not matter that much as Jello picks up Okinawa and now into the 2-on-4. And if he's going to go down just wielding that pistol, and Beanogs is going to find Icy to close out this half. 7-5. Nice job from Boomtown, who did go up early and then had a bit of a problem for a little bit, but managed to recover, recuperate, and end that half with the lead.
I think Boomtown, they figured it out by the by the end of it. They kind of knew how to change their setup, how to get around the good defenses of SAR, and they just managed to do what they needed to do, take the site more often than not. 7-5. It's not. It is unfortunate for them because I know they're probably telling themselves we could have done more, we could have gotten more rounds, but it's fine. You figured it out, and you won the half.
Yeah, something is definitely better than nothing. Gotta always keep that in mind.
Looks like the HUD auto swap didn't quite work there. We still.
Yeah.
I remember Okinawa is on SAR.
I was just double checking to make sure I got the calls right. There's going to be Scoobs who gets found, but look at this flood of players coming through apartments. Rush B, Doolies find 1. Icy Fire then manages to pick up Skyline. Ozzy playing back here in short does pick up 1. 4-on-2. JP finds 1. Okinawa finds a second one. JP finds another one, and just like that, everything changes. Now it's Ozzy left alone on this 1-on-2, but he finds the first onto Okinawa, and now it's going to be JP. Where's he going to come from? Oh my goodness. No way. Oh my, he takes the same pathing. Look at this, Bible. Look at this. Just walking around these pillars. Finally spot each other, and the gunfight will come out, and it will be JP picking that up. Unfortunate, both players miss each other and just draw out that bomb timer just a little bit more.
When your strategy stats are almost identical to your enemies and you think the same way. Oh, that's wild. Obviously they don't get to see that. They don't know how close it is, so they probably all just holding their breath waiting for it to unfold, but there it is. There's the round.
And a great opener by Fragosaurs. See if they can get the conversion. Always the talking point. Never stop talking about it. Scoob elects to come up here with the MAC-10. Gets outgunned, but Iffy is right behind him to pick up the 2 that he missed. Both headshots. Nice shooting from Iffy with that MAC-10. Money in the bank. Okinawa finds 2 as well with that AK. Early firepower and a third from Okinawa. Nice round from the MAC-10 and the AK there. Only losing Scoobs in the process. 7-7.
This Okinawa guy can do more than just cast, apparently. He can play.
He can. Get him on the desk sometime to explain how to do that before we have our talent match we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll have to be on his team, you know?
Yes,
the odds a little bit.
I'm going to need that. I'll balance you guys out. So first round from the offense. Let's see how they want to call things. Kind of spread out. Underpass taken. Small lurk from Okinawa over by A main. Looks like an A split. Terrace are actually the ones who elect to smoke off connector. They have a ton of control of mid. Fellow is here and maybe listening to them. The walk comes in, and 3 terrorists up in this connector position. Going to be down to Ozzy to try to get one, but can't quite stem the tide. Jello will be there to find one, find two, but Okinawa then activates outside of A main. 3 on 3. Jello forced out of Murder Hole. Skyline, unfortunately, going to lose to Okinawa. Oki with this AK heating up in half number 2. 15 and 7. Nice couple rounds from him. Oh, and I love this. Scoobs and Okinawa just right on top of each other. And right there, living with 1 health. That's Okinawa with 4 kills on the round. Fragasaurs find their 8th.
Yeah, it's looking good for them. I think you give them the 9th, right? I think they're going to play well enough so that Boomtown, even if they, play the ratty type of Deagle ambush style, I still think SAR is going to be able to pull this one off. We put him at 9.
Your Boomtown, this would be nice one to pick up or do some damage on. Okinawa already 6,100 in the bank. Need to do some damage to this economy, even if you can't quite pick up the round. Wonder how much Fragasaurs has guessed the buy they're up against. Very slow this round. Spread out across the map as well. But looking towards this A-lean once again. Oh no, and it's going to be Icy Fire who is spotted mid. Combination of Jello and Ozzy take him down, and Beanogs takes up Iffy. Oh, nice from Okinawa and Scoobs, though. Great HE from Okinawa to finish off that kill. Needed that equalization really bad, but here comes Jello with the AK-47. Does throw that up to Skyline. And Jello, another nice kill from him and Lucky Shot. And now, Bible, we're into a 3-on-1. Scoobs picking up his second of the round. Would require a 4K out of him. How does he want to play this? Needs to isolate these duels. Isolates the first, but has to go for the reload. Oh, and tries to get out of the way, but nice response from Jello, who just manages to catch him trying to jump back towards Ticket. And even without a kit, plenty of time on the defuse. Nice equalization from Boomtown. They did need that round quite badly, in my opinion.
Yeah, Boomtown played that really well. They played exactly the sort of wait and ambush style with the pistols. They did a great job with that. I'm a little bit surprised Fragasaurs were I think they knew that they were up against an eco and they were very nervous about it, and it kind of got into their own heads there and misplayed it a little bit. But you got to give credit, Boomtown doing a fantastic job stealing that one away. They heard my prediction and decided to prove me wrong.
I think so much goes down to those early 2 kills too, right? When you're, even with the rifles, when you go down 3-5, you're like, oh no, this is slipping away a little bit. Block shot playing up here by Cat is going to potentially lag out or something. Unfortunate for Lucky Shot. Hate to see it.
Windows key there.
Yeah. And slowing it back down. 2 terrorists up here in apps.
Oh, they heard him.
They do hear the reposition from Skyline. Coming back by door. And is going to elect to even enter kitchen. And now it's 3 terrorists up by B. And noise being made. JP does get taken down connector. I wonder if Skyline now hears, but unfortunately Icy Fire goes down. The Skyline is in a position to hear the bomb going down, so he's going to have the right intel. Skyline finding Scoobs. And look how far off the rotate. Icy is so far away, Bible, and Jello's going to find the first one. Icy is borderline out of this round, and he is. He's so far away. And nice quick rotation from the CTs. They get in there and manage to defuse the bomb.
Yeah, I was waiting for Iffy to jump out from that get-right position and get the kill on the CT that was pushed so far into the site, but he never did. I understand the mentality of waiting until the right moment. I understand that he could have been going for a bunch of things there. They might have even had an agreement as to when he was supposed to spring the trap, but unfortunately, it was way too late. There were too many counter-terrorists, and the op took him out, and the site fell.
And now, a bit of a force. Well, not a force, I guess, Nico. You have that 1 AK on Icy Fire who has all the tricks. Full util armor and the rifle. Tech 9s and a deagle to follow. Brachiosaurus can't see this, but not a bad lean on the map so far. How long will they elect to wait is the question. Everybody up in apartments, they have no idea where the CTs might be at if they're getting info, but lucky for them, the CT's playing very far back this round. Here come the terrorists into the site. It's going to be Skyline playing underneath Apps. Lucky shot back here on short, finds one. Scoop's already so weak, but he finds one onto Skyline. Nice equalizer as the bomb is going down. Lucky shot coming up short. Nice find from Ozzy there as well. Oh, it does get shot by JP. Ozzy picking up so many in that round. 3 kills, and the Fragosaurs get the bomb down on this B site. There's another defusal for Boomtown, who find double digits in this map first. 10-8.
Something seems to be going wrong in these post plants for SAR at this point in the half, and I can't quite figure out what's going on. Boomtown's retakes are just on point. They come in there with I don't understand how the angles that they come in. There was one really nice smoke kill there, but they seem to have that part of their game down. And I'll tell you, retakes are a really important part of CS.
Absolutely. That's why there's servers for them. People spend a lot of time trying to hone that particular skill. Signs aren't bad if you're Fragosaur, so that's 2 rounds in a row you have gotten the bomb down. And not in dire straits either time. Not like some fake where you've got one person going by yourself. Nice flash here. Let's Beanogs get 2. Great play from him and Ozzy. Nice set piece. Just like that, you neuter Fragosaurs in this round. Everything to do. Okinawa has the bomb and the AWP. They're going to fall back and try to recalculate how they want to play this round. They were leaning A with those first 2.
It was supposed to be their A execute. That was SAR's chance, full rifle round, AWP, AKs, and everything to break the A site with the execute, just like Boomtown had done to them.
Fortunately, for frags, counterplay does come in. Now Icy trying to do something. He's going to need to find one. Does hear one step, but he doesn't hear him go down. That's okay, because Icy Fire still picks it up. A necessary kill, and the next one necessary as one. Skyline up here, love this position with that AUG. Ozzy's going to find JP trying to peek into Connector. Now it's Okinawa. Get this AWP by Connector. Does find the first onto Jello. Trying to keep this in line, but can't quite do it. It's going to be Boomtown finding number 11.
Here's that push. We get to see this again. The flash comes in.
So blind. Look at that. Both players.
That spray transfer. That was a lot of, that was part skill, and that was just part happenstance that the 2 players are just like that. That was beautiful.
It's just nice to see the play, you know? Love to see the teamwork. In that case, just so happens to work, and even if the CTs aren't there, you've used a flash, gotten some territory. They happen to be there, and you get the 2K instead. Fragosaurs managed to buy rifles in this round. Quite a few Galils, though. It's going to be 3 in total. Another A lean, but this time, no aggression as those grenades do come out. Spacing a little rough maybe for the T's here if he does come out and find one, but Ozzy's going to find Icy Fire. Ozzy playing from on top of stairs, getting a lot done, equalizing this round. Okinawa living with 1 health yet again. He can't keep getting away with it, except that maybe he can as Scoobs picks up Ozzy onto this fight between Luckshot. Can he get the second? He can. Okinawa at 1 is going to go down, and we are on the 1-on-1. Flash off the stairs there, tries to go for the drop, can't quite get it done. Gets caught before his crosshair settles, and it's going to be JP picking up a much-needed round for Fragosaurs.
Much needed, but very, very expensive. It's unfortunate that it's taking that much out of the team for SAR to get T-side rounds on the board now after the early part of the half. So yeah, out of the rifle rounds, it's like what, one round, maybe two if you count the bonus.
Yeah, I think that's right, because they ended with 7, if I'm not mistaken. Nice block from Jello there. Leaves himself room to see. Will he be able to make something of this? Still kind of hard to see, and that other smoke is going to block him off a little bit. Manages to find an angle onto JP. All down onto that block. Lucky shot, unfortunately, going to miss the molly there a little bit, and Okinawa picks up Jello, who's still trying to peek window. Where will the action happen next? 3 terrace up mid. Last one, that's going to be Icy, is actually up apartments. Being watched, though, by Skyline. Like this position from Ozzy. Oh, but nice position from Lucky Shot, too, who picks up 2, and Ozzy's there to come in and do the cleanup as well. And all down to Icy Fire to try and find one. Nice team play. Seeing a lot of great little plays and fakes coming out of Boomtown. I shouldn't call them fakes, I guess. Bait and switch. Great play. All right, it's going to be on to Fragosaurs. Not where you want to be when your opponent has match point and several match points. Skyline continuing on that AUG. This buy is so rough for Fragosaurs. And what do you do at this point in this half? Lost a lot of momentum, tried a couple things that haven't really worked, gotten the bomb down a couple times, haven't had a lot of success defending it. Playbook potentially running a bit thin as a result. What well can you go to in this case? And it's Jello, who's very far up in a gunfight. Him and Okinawa. Okinawa actually forced back to T-spawn. It's Jello up here with so much information. With the utility coming in, I'm actually surprised to see that they are still opting to lean so much B, that is the defense. It is going to be Fragosaurs flooding this A site. Nice smokes down. Hard to get in position. It's going to come down to this retake yet again if he finds the first and is traded out, but he got his. Maintains the man advantage. Might be down to Scoobs, who's playing pretty far up, electing now to go hide and sandwich, but he's going to get spotted by Jello. And Skyline now sees the second player with this AUG. Oh no! And it's all falling apart for Fragosaurs. All on Okinawa. He's been spotted. He needs to go. Finds the first. Skyline going to find the second. Does have the kit. I think that's going to be enough time. And Boomtown's going to take our first map. 13-9.
Wow, Boomtown did a great job there. They didn't come out as strong as, overpowering, domineering, but they came out consistent. They made their corrections where they needed to. They learned what the other team was doing. They made adjustments. They countered. They counter-stratted. They did a great job right there. 13-9, well deserved. They were in it for the long run, and it really showed. I am curious now about the second match. I'm curious if they can do the same thing. If it's just that they know Mirage so well, or if this structure of the team is going to be one of those dangerous, slow-moving, monstrosities that just push teams out of the way in the long game.
It very well may be. I really like looking at that scoreboard. Such a strong CT half from Boomtown. Just
Yeah,
look
they
at
did a
that
great
stretch of
job there.
rounds.
Fundamentally just held the sights. And it's interesting in the last round where they almost lost it and it came down to that, that moment. They were pushing mid. It was Jello pushing way out there, fighting Okinawa way out by outside TV room and everything. So when you put that into account, it's like again, they started to do what Fragosaurs were doing on their CT side. Like, hey, we're gonna push out, we're gonna see what's going on. And but they didn't commit too much. They were able to just barely get back and finish the clutch out.
So many rounds decided in those post plants and retakes. Great introductory game for the season. If you're Fragosaurs, you're going to be disappointed probably to lose that, but I don't know. That was not that bad of a game, not a bad showing. A few things to work on, and I think they can come back and maybe make that even more competitive.
Oh, absolutely. I think SAR did a great job on certain aspects of their CT side, for example. I think I really did like the team aggression. The problem is that they have to readjust and come back quickly. They can't just be like, for example, all the CT stuck in mid when an execute's happening. Retakes and Mirage are very weird and kind of wonky if you're not in position. The other thing is their T side just looked a little bit lackluster, but it's hard to tell if that was really the case or if it was maybe, let's say, the post plants, or maybe if it's just Boomtown was just that good at retakes because they were just getting retakes out of nowhere.
That's very true. I mean, how many times did the bomb go down in that second half? I think, you know, 4 or 5? So you think if those rounds are split and said, we're still in that game.
Yeah, 4 times. They got the defuse 4 times. That's 4 retakes. How do you pull off 3 in a row like that? That's
Yes,
heartbreaking.
and you split that difference. We're at 11-11, right? So I think maybe you were onto something calling that out earlier, Bible, because maybe that's an area of focus for Fragosaurs. Get in a retake server, grind some out.
Yeah, or even just figure out like maybe it's on their CT side, they've adjusted their teamwork to be more like we push together, we operate more like T side. They're good at entering, they're good at taking. But maybe it's just the blind spot is to, okay, how do we defend? Maybe their CT side, they didn't really play like maybe just their entire approach to the game is not as defensive. It's a little bit more like we're going to take the aggression to you. And that doesn't translate well in a retake if you don't know where they're coming from and you have to be tethered to the bomb.
If that was true, what would you say would be like maybe your version of a strategy to play to that strength, or is there one? Is that just a weakness when you're coming in for retakes, or would you maybe say, "Hey, we're going to play farther back, try to hold on to some utility, almost like the Paravision style, right, for the retake specifically?" Do you think something like that may work if you're on the terrorist side and having trouble defending that retake?
You could do that. I think part of what teams need to do, a lot of teams, like even teams I've played with, they need to get back to the basic idea of contractual defense. So the idea is that if there are 2 places you can be shot from, and I'm with you, and I can watch one of them, I need to call out which one I'm watching, and now I am under contract to hold that position. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And so now you get to focus on one other position and just only that one other position. Now, it might be that I have to leave, but I have to announce that to you. I have to let you know I'm giving up the position, and that's the contract. And I think, in addition to that concept, they need to now figure out all the defensive angles. So, on Mirage, for example, you
All right, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. Looks like Discord crashed on us in the middle of Bible's great tips. Bible, was there anything in summation that you wanted to say? We are in the knife round on Anubis, so don't want to get too carried away with it. But in summation, I think you were saying essentially know your defensive angles. Anything else to take away for the rest of us plebs?
I mean, just really practice the trading. And the big thing I'd get under is defense contracts. If you call that you're watching something for your teammate, you're obligated to continue watching it until you call that you're not. And you need to have reasons to actually get off the angle.
Absolutely. Even see that being the problem sometimes in pro play. We'll hear that communication is such a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, how many times have you seen it where a team has the crossfire set up, and as soon as one player dies who's holding one critical angle, there's nothing the other players can do to hold it. They just get steamrolled.
Yeah, it's like a house of cards. Take out
Yeah,
the first one, the rest of them go.
you got to try to avoid those types of scenarios. It's in fact, this map has some of those. Maybe we'll actually get to see some of those play out.
I hope so. School me up, Bible. Round
Classic
number
A
one.
rush.
Love it. Love it. I was hoping we would see some Anubis tonight. Not disappointed. It is going to be quick towards A, as you said, Bible. But look at the CTs pushing up aggressively, too. And Jello finds the first. Jello finds the second. Aim punch, except he recovers. Jello finds the third. Ozzy is there to help as well. And oh no. It's like Phenog's having a little bit of trouble there. CT's comfortable lead 3-on-1. Great opener here from Jello. Down to 5 health, but has found 3 kills in the round with the help of Ozzy. That push up A main, paying dividends in this pistol. It's Scoobs trying to find the fight. Does actually find CT by himself, but can't quite close it out. It's Boomtown taking the opener. Map 2.
That looked like Boomtown just having a solid read. Like, okay, you know what? A lot of teams like to go A. We're going to just anticipate it. We're going to put 3 people A main. We're going to have people stacked from B to be able to take on a flank. And yeah, that's just absolute positioning right there. That's not even, I mean, they had aim, but that wasn't even aim dueling. That was just like completely outplaying them positionally.
I like the playbook that we're seeing from Boomtown, whether it's that flash out A main that we saw with a double kill late in the game last game, or even just the positioning and spacing that we're seeing.
I want to know who's IGLing.
That's a good question. Check that website. I was trying to plug that. Discord dropped out on us. Esports.com. You can see the positions players are playing. Check it out. Join the Discord. It's going to be the SMGs trying to reap that investment across the board. Boomtown team stays alive. Not one goes down.
I was looking at the website a little bit earlier, and because I have the lineups here with me, and it's interestingly listing Okinawa as an opper. So he didn't do much opping on Mirage. It's also possible that the role that you wanted to play, that you were playing, that you were known for playing, you might change it up once you get into the teams that are finalized and locked. So he might have had to give it up, or maybe he just doesn't like playing it on Mirage.
Could be. I think if memory serves, he did pick it up a few times, but a lot of the highlights we saw early in the game were definitely more on the rifle. That's just Counter-Strike 2, I think. UMP gonna find one from B-Nogs. Pushed up outside of gate. Scoop's trying to get the answer. Can't quite get it yet. Smoke comes out, allowing them to cross back into the site. It's going to be JP trying to find one through the hole. Can't quite close that one out either. A lot of contact across the map. Oh, but Jello gets taken out E-Box by Icy Fire. Nice find there to equalize. Ozzy pushed up, is going to find... Oh! How do you get away with that, Scoobs? Barely making it out. Doing the old strong side. Ozzy going for the peek, but the... Oh! And does get the dink, but Okinawa with the rifle outguns him. Nice find from Icy, too, who just walks into the site. Nice. Another one from Icy. 3 on the round for him. I've never seen a weaker team. 5, 7, 11, 6 health. Single digits for almost everybody, but Okinawa, who's 2 away. Skyline gonna find 2 and the bomb as a result, and that's what I was worried about. and upgraded to that AK with a defuse kit and 2 pieces of utility. This is very doable by Skyline.
Yeah, SAR
And
cooked
he
way
reads.
too much there. They should have just taken the bomb over to A and got the plant a lot. Unfortunate.
I did not realize the time was so low. It's on me. Still great find from Skyline that late in the round. Gets the bomb, stops the bomb from going down, so he does win the round there. Kind of unbelievable in that context. Great positioning.
Boomtown really looking like they're in control here. This is going to be a chance, though, for SAR. Okinawa on the scout, though, has second thought, switches to the Galil.
I'm convinced you have a line straight to Fragosaurs in this game.
It just seems like it, doesn't it?
Step ahead of the rest, Bible. Just like Ozzy and Luckshot, steps ahead of their opposition. Okinawa and Iffy go down. Icy Fire trying to lift up his team, but JP gonna get dunked on by Ozzy. Nice find from Icy Fire. Looking like the Anubis specialist here. Trying to do it himself. 6 and 2. 5 health. And they come through
Nice
and get the bomb down from E-Box. Yeah, I love that bank off the top. One little jump throw. Bomb is going to get planted. Retake looks potentially strong, though. These angles, again, like a triangle. The timing will be the question, and noise made by Luckshot with that op. Icy Fire so weak. Scoobs finds the first onto Ozzy. Nice find from him. Oh, and another smoke comes out. Very nice to have that utility list late in the round, but Skyline pushes up, finds Icy Fire. Scoobs, is going to get taken out, holding back in here by Palace. Lucky shot on the defuse is going to grab it. Nice retake yet again from Boomtown, who do pick up their 4th.
Yeah, I think it's Boomtown who has the line on Fragosaurs. I think they know exactly what is going on here in this match. Boomtown just absolutely looking domineering here. Everyone is doing their job here. They're looking a little bit more like, you remember in Mirage when it looked like Fragosaurs had the powerful beginning, at the start here on their CT side. Boomtown's starting to look like that. It looks like they took everything they learned from the first map and they're like, no, we got this. We're just going to play solid Counter-Strike here.
Solid indeed. Look at this spread across the map. Love to see it. Professional level setups if I've ever seen them. True default. Ozzy sitting up by double doors. Smokes off the angle. T's have left Icy Fire pushed up here in a main. They are going to elect to actually swing back. Might be down to Scoobs here, who's watching the smoke. It's Ozzy on the other side of that. They go under instead, through water, through E-Box. Here comes the first duel. Oh, look how far up Ozzy is, though. The wrap could come quickly if he reads this right. Now he may elect to lean this side, and he is, but he may not even be needed. Jello picks up 2. Enox picks up 1 before getting traded, but nice heroics from Iffy to even it up. 2 from him. Bomb fell in E-Box, slowing down this execute a little bit, and now the CTs are over here. They're going to elect to try and get it. They are moving in the site. Ozzy's here to pick up 1, and it's going to be Icy versus Luckshot in the clutch. Oh, it just read perfectly by Luckshot. Cheeky little peeks coming out of Boomtown. Just always winning in these clutches.
He's got a curious name there, it doesn't seem like there was any luck needed there in that play there. He's a very solid player. Seems to just get kills through raw skill, honestly.
Great sense of where he should be and what he should be doing. Been too far out of position or anything so far. Fragosaurs not around in this half so far. Off kilter maybe a little bit as Luckshot spots 1 jumping across towards A. Will he get him on the return? Can't quite. Fires off a shot. Okinawa, Deagle in hand outside double doors. He push up to middle. Smoke comes out, deterring him. Will Jello get caught with the nade out, opts for that flash. Does not land. Here's some sounds. Nice from Icy Fire with that Tech 9. But Ozzy playing right back in a connector. Picks up one more as well. Oh, nice shot from Scoobs. Beautiful. That's what they needed. It's going to be JP picking up the AWP, throwing it back. Scoobs now has the AWP. 2 M4s and the AWP. Bombs all the way back, though, by Heaven. Excuse me, by Ruins.
Yeah, they're going to take it A.
Yeah, they are. Oh, no, but Scoobs goes down early. Oh, they need to hustle this bomb over here. Even though the CTs may expect seeing that player, the bomb was maybe close to this.
I think that was the intent. I think Scoobs was sacrificing himself to sell the fake.
F's in chat for Scoobs. That's a team player right there.
Also the IGL, according to the website.
Ah, that may be why. Both CT players coming from middle. Both T players up in main. Interesting strategy here from both teams. Skyline trying to clear out tunnel and beach. Manages to do so. The CTs, you basically know both players have to be somewhere like this now. They're going to elect to try and peek at the same time. Good strategy. Gets one. Gets the second one. And Fragosaurs are on the board. Nice play in tandem there to close out their first round.
It's very weird, though, that was basically an eco that got them their first round. It's very weird. CS is in an odd state. The SMGs have been nerfed pretty badly, but the pistols sometimes are very, very strong. It's a very weird dynamic. You get more money for getting kills with the SMGs and less for getting with pistols.
And pistols are borderline easier in some cases, especially that 5.7 is just gnarly when you're close. It's borderline OP.
I like Skyline's positioning right there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Be a very powerful position if you're playing A anchor.
JP finds B-Nogs on the opener over here by B. Nice find from him. A cheeky boost coming out. I think that was Okinawa on top of Iffy. Just barely didn't find that CT player, and Ozzy peeks back out and finds Oki. Skyline finds Icy, and Scoobs manages to find one into the 3-on-3. Good tools still left here for the T's, and if you're Lucky Shot, you probably hear this movement. Util as well. Is he prepared for this player peeking around the smoke? Not quite, but doesn't get damage. Jello can't pick it up as JP peeks inside of Palace. Finds him. Quick ox shot from Scoobs is going to miss. Oh, can he pick this up? This is the fight it's going to come down to. Skyline can pick this up. Can't quite. Nice backup from Iffy comes in, and Lucky Shot trying to come in through E-Box, but picked off in 2 different directions at once. Good stuff from Fragosaurs and the bank of Boomtown. A little bit empty, Bible.
Yep, this is the way back in. Fragosaurs can do this here. They can get back everything they've lost. 2 rounds, very, very important. Back to back, broke the economy. Now, just don't do anything stupid. Don't give the lead up. I mean, I don't want to be that blunt, but it's like, if I were a coach right there, I mean, that's probably the thing I'd be telling them if they were on a timeout. Like, what do we do? Don't do anything stupid. You're winning.
Well, oh, this might be stupid, or it may not be.
Oh, no.
Actually, equal trades coming in for the CTs and some guns down here near boat. Lucky Shot is going to find the AK and Jello as well. They do seed the B site for the most part, but there's only one player here so far. Bomb is now coming in. Try to dump that Molly, but the smoke is already down. Look at the position of Iffy playing up. Gonna have to rotate over by the hole to drop back down if he wants to get over here quickly. Could elect, I guess, to go through middle and Palace, but that's gonna be a longer rotate. JP does find B-Nogs, though, who did creep up slowly looking for that duel. A nice position from Okinawa as well. Just far back, just going to wait with that off. Try to play the angle. Nice find from Jello. Almost a pre-shot. Planning on that one. Okinawa can't quite find the first shot. Can't quite find the second. And Jello, oh no. Nice retake from Boomtown yet again, and like magic, something from nothing practically. And no!
No time.
Oh no! Oh, can't quite get the defuse off in time. I thought he had that, but not quite. And Fragosaurs do manage to get that one over the line, even though they are all dead doing so.
That was very expensive. They give up the op this time, Fragosaurs, that is. Which, to be honest, I don't know if it's been doing much for them on T side right now. I don't think it's the worst travesty if they give it up this round. The important thing is to keep going, keep winning rounds. Rifle round versus rifle round.
Oh, quick here from Ozzy, who just jumps through down into water, does pick up one. Unfortunately, Scoob's going to find the equalizer. Skyline finds one. Icy Fire finds him. And just like that, half the players in this game are dead this round. And that's going to be the bomb going down at Ace, surely. Down, looks like behind Cake. Enogs, oh, just messes up the HE, unfortunately. Would have been a nice throw, but finds Scoobs anyway. This could be doable. It's going to be down to how comfortable is Lucky Shot to try and push through here with the AWP, especially both players are on the other side of this. I like this positioning from Fragosaurs. You know the AWP's coming from this direction. Just bully him. Oh, and they're running into each other! Oh no, and Lucky Shot actually picks up the no-scope. Realizes first, and now it's down in the one-on-one. B-Nogs and JP, and they run into each other as well. What is this round? Fragosaurs pick up number 4. Oh, man.
That was all shades of weird. Maybe that's why he's called Lucky Shot, you know?
That one is a little bit more earned. I will agree with you there.
Yeah, that was... I mean, I agree that he probably should have gone for the no-scope. There's no point in scoping when you're, like, rubbing noses at somebody in the smoke. Like, if you know he's there, just pull the trigger.
Crazy round. And another one where a lot of people die. So even though the buy comes in for Fragosaurs, they are poor. Not looking great. Oh, this is really nice, yeah. Trades come out. Icy finds Skyline and Ozzy finds Iffy. That's the only player A, and obviously they were not going to be able to know that, but nice play from Scoobs and JP to pick up 2 more. If you're JP, you see this 3rd and 4th player here. You know the score now. You're probably calling that, but is he going to get caught on the rotate? Not quite. Does flash himself a little bit, unfortunately, but escapes with his life. Probably worth it for that gun. Also not to turn it over to defense, who have been so strong on these retakes. If you're Lucky Shot, clearly hearing this rotate from JP, but good awareness from JP to double back. Looks like it's just going to be down to, can they find any guns? That is Boomtown to take into the next round. Gonna push up just in time for JP to find them. JP picks up Jello and Icy Fire. Nice HE. Manages to pick up Lucky Shot, and just like that, Bible, the CS2 special, 5 and 5.
Yeah, you win 5, you lose 5. I think Boomtown may want to call a timeout here and figure this one out. Obviously, part of the losses are the economy. It's just the way things go. I don't know. CS is just devolving into, we win a lot and then we lose a lot. But at the same time, you got to be able to change something up. There's got to be something you can influence. You can make your own RNG here.
Looks like they may try a little bit of aggression here for A. But it's Icy Fire who's going to pick up Skyline, and Lucky can't get the shot off on the AWP. Too close, and across the board, Fragosaurs picking up the opposition. It's only B-Nogs who picks up Okinawa. But otherwise down. 2 on 4. Nice positioning from Icy Fire. Can't quite pick it up, though. A little too aggressive, maybe. Does go down.
That would have worked if his teammate stayed.
Yes, that's true. I was thinking the same thing. Scoobs sees the CT players cross. CT's trying to play together. And are they going to actually come in here? They are. Wow, and they're quick. He's just going to push this smoke. Will it be watched? It is going to be watched. Nice awareness from Fragosaurs. Boomtown coming in, just trying to get something. Guess they do have enough money to get a buy in here, so not the worst thing to just see if they can chance it, pick something up.
Come on, Boomtown. You
Last
had
round
6
of the
rounds here that didn't go your way. This is your chance.
12th time's the charm.
Okay,
Slower
there we
play.
go.
Yeah, nice find from Okinawa. A lot of heroics from him last map. A little bit quieter on this map, but it's been JP and Icy Fire who've stepped up and lightened that load. But nice find from Okinawa. You can get this 7th. Be feeling you're in the driver's seat going into half number 2. Smoke break, nothing spotted in water from Beanogs. And Jello holding back near Ninja. Util coming out. Not a whole lot left for the CTs. No smokes left. Icy Fire taking quite a dink there. Goes down to 25, but nice for JP to hold that E-box exit. Picks up Beanogs trying to get out. And smoke comes out. Ooh, this player is spotted, but shot through the smoke. Okinawa on that. Zach 9 is going to pick one up, but lucky shot. Oh, great find from him. That awareness of that position leads Scoobs. Makes a good call. Says, okay, I knew somebody else was there. If that other player is in Palace, A is probably free. Does get the plant down, and we're in another retake scenario. 2-on-2, Lucky Shot and Jello both have kits. The Lucky Shot with the AWP versus 2 AKs. Both players holding from main. Not seeing anything as they come in. Oh, but the picking up by Icy Fire. So much for him to do, but Jello's going to find him. Oh, no, and somebody got caught with their grenade out. Nice from Jello. Good timing to just force the fight there. Does win the 1v2 and picks up the 6th round. Bible, we go into half number 2, tie game.
Yeah, am I mistaken, or did both terrorists pull out grenades at the exact same time?
I think you may be right, yeah.
That was so unfortunate. Again, that's a little bit of overcooking. You don't need to go to the grenades right away. I get why you want to do that, because you want to buy the time and everything, but sometimes it's just fundamentals here. 2 guys with guns out are better than,
no guys with guns out.
No guys. And if you have one guy with a gun out and he loses, what's the other guy with the grenade going to do? Like, if he swings you and he's desperate to do it, I don't know. But here we are in the pistol.
Here we are in the pistol. Sides are reversed again. That is Fragosaurus on the left, Boomtown on the right. Opening flurry of shots is going to leave the Terrace down 1. The Skyline finds JP. Skyline finds another onto Okinawa as well. Through the smoke. So many bullets. Icy, the last man standing, finds the first. Can he find the second? Third player not even opting to peek and join this fight. Just hanging out outside of gate near Ivy. And if you're Icy, you probably suspect something like that. Look at him checking it. He knows somebody's there. At least deeply suspects. Icy going to pick up the second one on this round. But time is against him. Does have to force this fight. Picks up the third onto Ozzy. Can he get this? I don't think he has the time, and he doesn't. Oh, tragic. Great round out of Icy Fire to actually force that. In a 1v3, picks up every kill, just can't get the bomb defused.
Icy's been having a great time on this map, at least personally, stats-wise. 19 kills, 10 deaths. He's, yeah, he's doing a lot. Him and JP, I would say, are the 2 fraggers right now for Fragosaurs. It is a little bit reversed here. It's always easy to remember Okinawa is on SAR. He's always a very happy SAR player.
Okisar. If I call him like a Pokemon, maybe I'll remember it. Round 14. It's going to be the defense coming in with some pistols. About that defuse, don't have the money. Past that. Oh. Skyline finds the first. Onto Icy. Oh, and Okinawa can't quite get out of the way of the bolts from Lucky Shot. Jello also finds one onto Iffy. JP, again. So many heroics here for JP. Does drop that Galil over to Scoobs. Only finding Skyline so far. Have SAR. Oh, nice peek from Jello. Does pick up JP, but that Galil that was gifted over to Scoobs gets the trade.
I
Looks
think
like
if you're...
Scoobs.
Oh, go ahead.
Just looks like Scoobs is backing up to try and keep that gun. Gonna run into Lucky Shot here though with the Mac 10. Oh, nice
Oh.
shot from Lucky Shot.
Yeah, I was just gonna say though, if you're Jello, I think you're happy with that trade right there. You really break their will to push in any further, and you send them packing. This is okay. Timeout now from Fragosaurus. The thing is, you got to figure out what you want to do. This is very early still in this half, right? This is like their first rifle round, so they really need something big. And the problem with that is that this might lead you to do something that would be normally unpredictable, like pushing out B main or dropping through mid. You got to be really careful with that because the timeout might telegraph, hey guys, we're about to do something really weird and unpredictable. which,
Be on the lookout.
be on the lookout. So Boomtown might be like, hey guys, I just called a timeout. Let's just like wait around a little bit and see what happens. But we'll see if they've got that read. We'll see what SAR actually does. They might just be talking fundamentals.
Yeah. Never know with those timeouts, but always nice to see teams elect to use them. Quick activity from Okinawa picks up 2 as Beanogs picks up Iffy. Be nice to see Okinawa turn up in this half a little bit more, having a bit of a rough game. Was integral to the effort in the first one. And look at this, picks up 3 kills in the round, does eventually fall to Skyline. Leaves his team with the man advantage, which JP is going to capitalize on. And now it's down to Lucky Shot. Nice crosshair placement. Just watching that angle. Doesn't expect the second player, though, as JP closes it out for Fragosaurs. Nice find from them in this first gun round.
I don't know. Do we credit the timeout?
I'd like to, just because I want to see more of them. So yes. There you go.
You know,
Oboe has spoken.
My theory is like if you have a team that's struggling and is not calling timeouts, that's a team that knows they have fundamental problems. Because
Yeah, I think so
they're
too.
saying
They don't want to talk, right?
yes, and they're also saying 30 seconds is not enough to fix our issues.
Sure. Also a big deal. Scoob's picking up 2 here in mid. Nice play from him against the pace of these pistols coming in. Beanogs is going to pick up the AK as a result, and Lucky Shot finds a Tech 9, so hold on. This positioning almost reversed a little bit on the map as the T's hold a bunch of CT territory. But they've still got Icy Fire for Fragosaurs inside of this A site. That's going to help reposition the remaining members of the CT side. They're sitting in good positions for this bomb to go down, and even Icy is already on the rotate. Bomb does go down. Beanogs finds the first, but gets traded out by JP down into the 2-on-1. Everything for Lucky Shot here. 2 kills in the round, has the AK. We've seen some great headshots from him so far. Not beyond possibility. Can he find the first? Can't quite. Overcorrects, misses the head a little bit. Nice retake here from Fragosaurs. And they will tie up the game 8-8.
I like it. They're coming back into this match, tied, ready to go. I think at this point, I think really either team could take this. I don't think there's any favorite. I mean, we saw last map, Boomtown just did the long, slow grind and just wore them down when Boomtown was on their CT side. I think you could see the same kind of thing. You could see Fragosaurus suddenly now just playing CT side very well. Or you could see Boomtown's T side just really pick it up. I really think either is possible.
Definitely so. Seen a lot of good play tonight. Ooh. Can't quite get the find there. Okinawa trying to peek bridge. Takes 30 damage as a result. Look at this. Ozzy is down to 1 health. Be careful about how you utilize him in the round going forward. Indeed, he's playing all the way back by alley. Like now pushing downstairs. Icy Fire going to spot 1. Elects to drop the smoke. 70 seconds left in the round. JP just sending bullets to the smoke. Is going to tag up Vnogs force a reposition. Still a minute here. A lot of people spotting each other and some damage being done, but nobody going down yet. 50 seconds, excuse me, left on the clock. Bomb is rotating over by upper. Looks like that A finish. CTs don't see a lot. B, and the smoke is down E-box towards water. 2 players here, Okinawa and Icy Fire. Icy in a great position if Oki takes the first contact, elects not to. And unfortunately, Jello and Skyline are going to find kills on both CTs in here. Bomb is going to go down. Team Flash comes in onto Scoobs. Nice find from Iffy coming through main. Scoobs finds Jello. Ozzy finds JP. Scoobs finds Ozzy. And Scoobs finds the last one as Fragasaurs, another quick flurry in these retakes, take the lead in this game, 9-8.
That was actually a battle. That was a situation of both teams just refusing to give ground. Everyone was going to die there if it came down to it. I actually really love that. That's the kind of thing you want to see as a spectator. As a player, you can kind of dread those kind of rounds because you know when everyone's going for it, it's no guarantee it's going to end well for you.
Well, it's so chaotic, right? Like you think of a lot of 1v1s or something, and it's like no 2 1v1s are the same. Well, extrapolate that out to 5v5, right? And everybody's still alive, or a larger number of players, and just so much going on, so many angles you have to watch. Quick up bridge, though. Vnogs finds, I think that's the P250 onto Okinawa. A nice headshot there. And they grab the AWP and bail.
The redirect. They're going B.
This is smart, and they're in quick. It's going to be JP here trying to play. Does find one. Iffy also finds another. JP, very nice from him finding it. Fragasaurs, even though the reposition was quick, they did not panic. JP doing an excellent job there to pick up his 2.
In my opinion, that was a Boomtown pacing issue. Not in terms of the rotate. Rotate was beautiful. They should have done it. The problem is one player came out to take the fight, and the second player was so far behind. It's like he stopped to go to an apple tree and pick some apples. You've got to be a lot closer together when you're doing those kind of entries, especially with pistols, in my opinion.
Especially with pistols, exactly. The words right out of my mouth, Bible. Icy Fire, quick up in boat. Sees nobody, is going to duck. Looks like back behind wood, maybe. Yes, love this position. Will he know the bomb is here? He surely cannot be expecting them to be right here. No, he is not. They drop on top of his head, practically. And quick activity now. Nice flashbang onto Jello. Slows him down just enough to get the CTs back in the sight a little bit. Okinawa back on the op is going to find one. Nice shot from him. Terrorist trying to get this territory, but it is a grudge match. Skyline finds one. JP finds 2. Skyline finds another onto JP. And everything to do here for Skyline, who is getting flanked and taken down by Iffy. And that's 11 for Fragasaurs, who have a nice run going. Dire Straits for Boomtown, maybe.
That moment, sorry to go back to it, but that's got to have been a jump scare. I would have loved if we had a camera on him at the time that he turned around and saw the terrorist right in his face, or 2 more jumping down on him like ninjas.
I'm opting for the tack there just to catch my breath a little bit, calm down.
Yeah, I mean, he might have literally jumped at that. That's completely possible in my view. I mean, I know CS can be a jump scare game.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like getting a headshot out of nowhere. Always makes you jump. Quick entry into this B bomb site with the pistols again. It's going to be Ozzy finding the first, but JP finding 2, finding 3. JP, so integral to this defense, doing such a great job. Okinawa picks up Skyline. Ozzy does find one. That's all on him now, and he would have to get the ace with the AK. No armor. Yeah, asking too much there as Okinawa finds that kill. And I think that's been the story of this round so far. JP, 24 and 12, or not round, excuse me, but half. Okinawa, who had that rougher opening half, has done a much better job in the second half. And between him and Icy and JP, it's been a bloodbath.
It's just so hard to figure out why. There's no like game mechanic for momentum other than the economy, but the economy doesn't explain the way that this game is going. There's just so many things that are just going on now. SAR is just so much more in control than they were before. I don't know how they got it together, but whatever their plan is, it's working.
Could just be that CT side is kind of rebalanced to be the easier side again. Wasn't for a while. Iffy. A lot of water control. And another time when we have people right on top of each other. And nice from Scoobs and JP. That was Scoobs who was in that corner in past bridge. Does go down, but picks up one on the way out. And now down on Aussie yet again for the game. Even though they started with the man advantage in this round, Boomtown. Everything to do here in 4 health. Smoke 2 flashes, has the bomb. This is tough, though. Especially with the op. Will he hold on to it?
Yeah, planning can't even be a consolation prize. You have to get the round win. You have to plan and successfully defend it against 2 players with 4 HP.
Not just players. Icy Fire is alive. 22 and 14. Nice play from Aussie here. Does get a little bit of luck.
Yeah, but the longer he waits, the more likely SAR's going to realize, you know, I don't think it's the A-bomb site. All right, now they
Oh,
know.
no. And he planted on CT side. He planted on the side they are going to rotate from. But nobody actually elects to go through Palace. Not a bad position for Aussie to be in here. They're both coming from the same angle. He could find this first one. It's going to be all on this first one, and he finds it. Can he find the second one? Has the HE? He's to find it. Gets it right before the defuse goes off. Great job from Aussie. 4 kills in the round. Nicely played.
That was nerve-wracking. When you have somebody tapping the bomb in the smoke, you do not have a lot of time. Throwing that grenade took nerves of steel to be able to actually do that, knowing that you've got, what, probably a literal 5-second timer going on if he's got a kit. That's, great kill.
Props to the CT for sticking it. I don't feel like you see that play very often. So many people want to
Pros
touch it
don't
and play
fake.
around. Pros don't fake. Well, there you go. Still in this game. Dragosaurs with the MP9 actually on JP of all players. Nice guy that JP must be. 26 and 13 and elects to take the SMG for himself. Lucky shot gonna find Icy trying to play aggressive. Oh, but Jello, look how quickly he's up in here on this B site. Takes out Iffy in E-Box, and Okinawa's going to go down as well. This is 5 alive from Boomtown. Playing for overtime. How do you feel about this, Bible? If you're Scoobs, are you looking for exits here? Economy's pretty rough. I feel like this M4 may be better saved.
T-side economy is also a little bit questionable. Not usually the case. So if he can get some kills, so much the better. But yeah, with 5 people, he's probably getting hunted.
He's about to get, yeah, he's about to get faked. Yep.
Yeah. Probably want to just get out of there. But you know what? I respect it. It's victory so close you can taste it. It's 12-10, and here we go. Now we got a timeout. Looks like this one might be technical though. Okinawa disconnecting.
Yes, I think so.
But you know what? I'll say this. I know it's early to start talking about the Boomtown victory or anything, but if somehow they get into overtime, and if somehow they win overtime, I think the round that everyone's going to remember is that that 1v2, you know, Aussie with the op kind of thing.
Yes.
That's going to be a really rough round to remember if you're Fragosaurus. So part of that motivation whenever you have a bad round is to try not to let it bring you down on the next run, because you really don't want that to be like also a psychological bring down as well.
I do worry
Kinda
about that sitting here and stewing in it too with this tech pause.
right. Yeah, because then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, we threw the round, the game is over. Well, if you have that mentality, yes, you're going to throw the rest of the rounds and the game is over.
Exactly.
So,
Self-fulfilling prophecy, as they say.
yeah, so you don't want to do that kind of thing. You want to just feel, okay, whatever, it is what it is. It's 12 to 10. We buy, we don't buy, whatever the case. I remember saying in an old study someone did, I think it was posted on Reddit years and years ago, that they analyzed pro games. And the question here is, when you got 2 rounds left and your economy's busted, do you save one and buy for last, or do you just buy both times? Production says save.
To save a lot. Feels very strongly about it, actually.
Now, the question was posed not for the winning side. The question was posed for the losing side. So if you were in the 10 to 12 position and your economy was busted, I'm sorry, the other way. But yeah, and the question is, how do you do this? Do you play for the overtime or do you go for the win kind of a thing? And but what they ended up finding, as I'm stepping all over my words here, they ended up discovering that supposedly the pros had a better chance of winning it if they 4-spot both rounds. But again, that was back in CS:GO. That was back where pistols were different. The P250 could one-shot kill with a helmet on. You could still one-shot kill with a helmet. So with pistols like that, and with SMGs that were way more buffed, the MP9, the UMP, the MP7 were much more stronger weapons. And the Tech 9 even. I don't know if you remember the old 2015 Olive Tech 9.
Vaguely.
It was a
Or the
monster.
CZ.
Yeah, the CZ.
CZ used to be unbelievable.
So if you think back to that era, it's like, okay, yes, full buying both rounds maybe was the way to go. In CS2, though, you'd have to say, well, they've been nerfing all the guns since forever, right?
Sure.
And it's been getting harder and harder to pull off like the crazy play. P250 certainly is not a one-shot kill against a helmet. So you have to start thinking, okay, with the economy, like, what's the way to go? And I get why production's looking at this with what is it, like 2 years, 3 years of CS2? It's like, hey, this doesn't work. I'm also bad, he says. No, but it is like, and you do have to realize, like, we're not, like, as good as these players are giving us a show, they're also not professional players. Not to knock them or anything, but it's just, you expect a professional player to be able to hit like a P250 shot across the map and not be completely shocked that he can do it. Whereas, you take even above average player and stick him in the same position, he's not going to have the same accuracy and the same consistency and the glorious bunny hopping movement of a professional player.
Wait, you mean to tell me that I can't expect those type of things in these games, Bible? Really?
You can, but not as consistent. That's the big thing I've noticed. You will have players that will pull off professional type plays. I mean, I've played against professional players in matchmaking and in Face It Pugs, and you're able to kill them. They are definitely killable. They are very human. They're
mortal.
Yeah, they absolutely. I remember years ago. This was like 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago now. I mean, I played against JDM once in a random matchmaking, and he was with Shroud and a few other people. So it was like a stack.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, and it's like, yeah, we had no real chance of winning, but it's like, okay. I mean, I was able to kill them. It felt great.
Oh, I'm sure.
Was I able to do it consistently? No.
No, of course not. Yeah. I don't remember the 15 deaths. I remember the 2 kills.
Exactly. But it's like, no, like, I could outduel JDM when he had a rifle, when he had an op. That was a different story. That man was a monster.
Didn't realize I was amongst royalty.
Oh, it was great.
Good to know we got Okinawa back in this game as well. Back into round 23, and it's going to be a save indeed. Quick flash and exit out of A. But it is Skyline who's going to pick up 2 with that AK. Will he be expecting the 5-7? Not quite. Icy Fire does pick up Skyline, but Jello picks up Icy Fire as a result. It'll be about trying to get this gun, and indeed, Scoobs finds Jello looking another way. Lucky shot. Finding Iffy. I have to think that's gonna be it. Want this AK. Don't want to have to go into overtime if you don't have to. But Boomtown making a good argument for it. Quiet for a lot in this half, but waking up late.
Yeah, overtime is going to feel very different. A whole bunch of money.
Oh no. Scoops can't find the kill on the Beanogs. Cannot take the gun into the next round. Here we
Hunting.
are.
Yeah, hunting was definitely the right move. This is good. You're right. This is. Go ahead, set the stage.
Set the stage. This is round 24, end of regulation. Will we get the ever popular overtime? Decent buy from the Fragosaurs here on the CT side. Little short on utility, but got the guns, got the firepower to make this happen, and have the players to make it happen as well. Bit of a whiff there from Okinawa on the smoke, unfortunately. Does not go deep bridge. Smokes him off a little bit instead. Bomb loitering here outside of boat by A. There's a CT hanging out in the E-box, but look at this. Nice find from Aussie and Beanogs as well. And oh, we might be going to overtime, Bible. Only 3 here in Okinawa. Heroics require the flash. Can't get it done. And now a 1v5 required from Iffy. Finds the first. This is the play. This is the play of a lifetime if you can do this. Unfortunately, not going to be suspecting Ozzy. And that's going to be overtime for us here in map number 2 on Anubis.
And the scoreline was even both halves, 6-6, 6-6. Both halves, and here we are sitting at overtime. I don't know which side this really favors. I really think that this could go either way. Both teams are very strange in that sense that they can just turn it on in a moment and just suddenly start taking heads. But I don't know. I think Boomtown might have figured out the secret sauce for T-side.
It's definitely looking like it. Heating up a lot. Okinawa going down early. It's going to be on Icy Fire. He finds one in water. Nice play from him to try and look for the equalizer. Oh, and Ozzy's going to find Icy through the smoke hanging out on the other side of bridge. Smoke comes out, but Skyline's going to play in front of it. Just runs through it and finds JP trying to get a little cheeky with some bullets through the smoke himself. Scoop dropping into water. Isolated. Ooh, but if he finds one, nice shot from him. But unfortunately, Ozzy going to find Scoobs into the 3-on-1. And Lucky Shot gonna find Iffy, put him down. Boomtown take the first round in overtime.
That was a good opening, too. Lucky Shot with the wall bang op kill onto Okinawa, securing the first kill right there. This is something you don't see often. Boomtown getting the opening round of overtime and calling the tactical timeout.
Yeah, that's very true. I think that's all of us here, Obo. You can't claim nerds when you're doing replays and obs and everything.
Yeah. But, you got to give them credit here. Like, I think this is where they just don't want to lose this. You know what I mean? You think you've got something and you're like, okay, we got the round. We're doing okay. We don't really want to throw this away here. Let's figure something out, especially since they're on T side here, right? CT side, you can sometimes get away with, hey guys, just look at the choke points and don't let them through.
Sure.
But on T side, it's a little bit more like, how do we crack open the bomb set? Where are we going? What nade set are we trying to throw?
Well, I think for them too, they've had, I mean, what was it? Was it 12-10? So they're on a nice little run of rounds here. Probably don't want to give up the momentum. If they can get another one on this T side, going to be sitting pretty going on to the CT part of overtime. Beanog's going to find JP, though. Turn the wrong way in E-box. Boomtown with the man advantage. Quiet on the map as the bomb in water transiting right now, but Skyline's going to find EPE, and now they're going to elect to just collapse on this B site. Pretty much everybody already inside. Nice play from Scoops to just sit in the smoke. Finds one with the grenade out. And Icy Fire picks up one as well. So actually, not bad here. Scoops finds the other one. The AWP playing really close. And now the man advantage is actually with Fragasaurs. Icy Fire coming in via E-Box. Going to find the fight here. And going to pick up Ozzy. And just like that, Skyline goes down. Nice response from Fragasaurs. A man down and find all the fights they need to. Nice triple kill from Scoobs on the round, and Icy Fire with the double as well.
Yeah, you just want to get back into it, even for the mental bonus here of just saying, okay, guys, look, we got a round. It's overtime. It's 1-1. We're in it. Let's get back to what we were doing. Let's get back to killing. Let's get back to getting those streaks.
Sometimes you just gotta prove to yourself you can. Fragasaurs with fresh proof. Third round in overtime, right before the switch. Utility comes out early. Bridge smoked off, E-Box smoked off. Fight taken here from JP, who peeks up outside of gate. Does find Ozzy, holding back by Ruins. An advantage for Fragasaurs. Good start to the round for them. Game is very much within reach for them. I'm sure both teams want it, but they did lose map number 1, so they may want it just a little bit worse. Oh, and the collateral from Okinawa picks up 2. Nice find from him. Icy Fire is going to go down, spotted. As a result, Okinawa finds another one. Nice defense from him on this A site. Off ringing out when it needs to here in these overtime rounds. Nice hold from Lucky Shot, though. Finds EPE, cheekily trying to rotate through water. Now the position is known. The bomb is down in A main. 1v3. Lucky Shot with the op. Flash and HE. Man, do you want to put your gun away to get him out? That's the question. Like this positioning. Scoobs up in main, but around the corner. They know that the AWP was the last weapon that Lucky Shot had. This is going to be so tough. This should be impossible. The AWP, even if it lands this first one. Nice hold from Okinawa. Doesn't fall for the jiggle. 4 kills on the round for him. And Fragasaurs managing to pick up 2 in the first half of overtime.
Yeah, what do you say to that? Boomtown leading in overtime. They need 2 more to win.
Fragasaurs. It switched again.
Oh, sorry. What am I saying here? You know, the switching thing is getting to be a little bit. We're going to figure this one out. And I know it too.
True.
I know Fragasaurs is
true.
on, Okinawa's on Fragasaur, but I just looked up and my brain just reads the name there.
It's just every time, right? Every time they switch. Back and forth.
And yet we laugh at the news anchors that read stupid lines on their teleprompters and they don't
That's
think
true,
about what they're
right?
saying. And then here
Yeah.
I am reading the team names wrong.
People need their analysis Bible. They yearn for it. Second half of overtime. Fragasaurs in the lead, but going to need to pick up 2. They want to close it out. Bomb leans early towards B. Posture on the map. Maybe a finisher here. Icy Fire lurking up by A main. Wonder how it does not look like Ozzy wants to get aggressive here. Smokes it off again. CT's not playing E-Box, so water belongs to the T's. Struggling a little bit with information this round, playing pretty far back in the sights. Arguably just maybe even playing a little bit trade or retake. Now 1 spotted is going to bring B-Nogs back around just in time for this Util 2 land. Good rotate out of the CTs to have 3 personnel here. Util is still down. Oh, nice shot from Okinawa. Headshot through the wall. Jello answers with the M4 into the 4-on-4. Nice find from Jello, who's... Oh, nice transfer. Triple kill from Jello. Shuts them out of the round. Just pushes through that smoke quietly. Beautiful shots from Jello, who gets the ace in the round as well. Heroics from Boomtown to even it up.
I don't know. I was thinking in terms of who would be the MVP of either team if depending on who wins, and I don't know. Jello, that triple from him might have been the game deciding spray down right there.
I think it could have been. That might have been the Bane style backbreaker. Disgusting. That's gross. What do you do now if you're Fragosaurs? Slowing it down a bit. Bomb leaning towards A, over by boats. Still 2 people over by B, though. Flying up in heaven. HE comes out, but doesn't get a lot of damage. They've got Lucky Shot and Skyline over here. B-Nogs comes outside of a gate, finds one. Trade comes in, and it's going to be down to Skyline. Can he pick up one from this position? Nice Molly, a nice HE also. Great utility. Okinawa picks up that one onto Skyline. Nice rotate from Ozzy, but he actually goes down, and Lucky Shot can't get one off either. And just like that, Fragosaurs are in this bomb site, and I think if you're Jello, you go for this. You got the money. You pulled off some heroics last round. Can you do it again?
I agree. He should go for it.
He's going to. Get down to EPE to try and shut him out first. Spots him and just falls back. Love that play. Is he going to be expecting the second one? No. Great information play there. And Fragosaurs within striking range. It's one more. It comes down to this. Round number 30. Regulation in CSGO. The overtime in CS2.
Skyline needed the flashbang there to get himself out of danger. He was playing that pillar so well, and he delayed it, and the Molotov forced him out, and he almost got away in some respects. But I think if his teammates had thrown the flash for him, he could have swung that pillar and gotten his own triple.
Absolutely true. Instead, the utility flushes him out. Cannot pick up one in that defensive position. Lots of mollies out by bridge and double doors early. Bomb sits up by bridge, but it's going to be JP who finds one onto Jello. And advantage. Sweating if you're Boomtown. Might be your time. But B-Nox finds one. Scoob's going to find the trade. Nice to maintain the man advantage. Ozzy spotted mid. Spots the bomb, if I'm not mistaken. Lurking outside B, and so now Lucky Shot with the AWP sitting inside of the site. But look how far up Icy Fire is, but Skyline with that AUG gonna find the kill. So important to keep Boomtown in this. Very important, that kill. The bomb, 35 seconds left. Oh, do they read this? Looks like they might. If he hears the rotate. Perfect placement from EPE. Great job pushing up this far. And in a position to now rotate back into B. B and then A, and then B and then A. Looks like the finish is going to be here. Only 15 seconds here left for Fragosaurs. The smoke comes out, but Lucky Shot can maybe see around this. Ooh, made noise. Goes for the shot through the wall. Can't quite find it. And it's going to be onto Skyline to get this triple kill. Spots the first player. Picks up one. This is doable. Got to be careful if you're the terrorists. Making noise. E-Box and Ivy. Crossfire. Bomb is planted default. Skyline checking, trying, searching for where this is. The flash isn't going to land, but it is going to get the... Oh my goodness, the rifle shots actually come out from JP. But EPE has positioned himself perfectly for the finish. Nice try there from Boomtown, but Fragosaurs are going to take this game in overtime. Great showing from them. Great resilience, especially after map number 1. Great games tonight.
Yeah, that was down to the wire. Both teams had their moments. They played very well. They had their lowlights as well. All things to review. It's very early in the season, right? We're literally match day 1 of the season. The teams have finally been locked. We finished preseason, and this is the type of quality that you're going to be seeing in this division. And I have to say, like, this is a good start. I think I'd be feeling good if I were on either team. It's obviously Fragosaurs wins this one. Credit to them. Hard fought match in overtime, but you got to think about this. You can't be that disappointed if you're Boomtown. Like, you can't sit there and say, "Oh, we're a terrible team. We didn't play." No, it's like we got things to fix. We got good potential. We could actually run it all the way. We just got to fix a couple things. And Fragosaurs are probably looking at the same thing. Like, they were adapting on the fly, right? Okinawa had a terrible first half on this match, and he brought it back. Started playing so much better, started getting a little bit warmed up here, figured out where he needed to adjust. And a lot of the players were just really adapting. The strategies were interesting, the tactics, and the just the clashes. You could see at certain points in these matches, these teams did not want to let it go, and it just ended up being a bloody battlefield of uh, way to resolve the conflict on these bomb sites. Entertaining Counter Strike, I have to say, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And worth spotting those ratios across Boomtown. I think you called it out earlier, Bible, but everybody putting in work. A little bit more top heavy on Fragosaurs, but even if he's sitting at the bottom, does have 12 assists. So nice team play coming through. And obviously got to call out JP. So important on those CT rounds for Fragosaurs. I think a big reason why they were able to actually get this game over the line. But I'm with you, Bible. Very promising start to the season.
Right. JP Icy, they are a duo to watch out for. They just seem to have a way of cutting you up whenever they need to. They just get in there and just mess up the enemy team so well. But it looks like we're going to be transitioning to an interview here. We have the legend himself, Okinawa.
Hello, everybody.
Friend of the stream. How's it feel, man? Nice win. Great overtime.
Well, yeah, it was a really good win. Very, very good relieving of pressure there at the end for us. It looked so scary toward that end, especially when we lost those rounds to get into overtime in the first place.
Yeah, it felt like a lot of these games were kind of, and I'm curious what your perspective is on this. Bible and I talked about it quite a bit on the broadcast, how the games were sort of tied to a lot of the retakes going on. How did you guys feel in those retake scenarios? Were you comfortable, or was there a little bit of discomfort going on?
There were. I would say our retakes are mostly comfort. It's just our positioning was good. We just need to play off of each other more. It's just what I've noticed. Like, we're not communicating effectively enough to where we can throw like effective util. We're basically just going off of Scoop's calls right now, but most of our retakes I've been comfortable because positioning wise, we're always getting those entry kills and getting the diffuses when we need. So it's been pretty nice so far. It's been a big change from my last team where we basically didn't really have a plan, but we have like certain protocols in place for certain scenarios. Like, if that aid site on Mirage has been taken out, then I instantly go back to CT, or my team instantly rotates, based off of just if we see bomb or not. So I would say it's pretty comfortable for me, but for other people, I could see how it could be uncomfortable.
What about the maps? You had a kind of a banger opening map. Struggled a little bit on the opener of Anubis, but then came
Oh my
online
god,
very nicely in that second half.
dude, I was tilting, bro. I've I don't know if my chat could see it on my webcam, but dude, I was like smashing my desk when I died. I went like 2 and 10 in the first half. Like, no matter what I did, I just get instinct. Like, I would peek, I would insta die. I would flash for my teammates, I would insta die. Like, I literally couldn't do anything. And it's like, my mental was so bad. Like I had to pump myself up. Like I blasted some music in the end, like toward the end there, before I got that collat, and I was like, I started laughing again. And I got myself back in the game, and I finally performed to where I should have been. You know.
Well, this is a great second half, man. Big reason that I think your team came back into the game. What was the deal with the tech pause?
My PC randomly goes out and crashes.
Okay.
It only happens in EPE. This is
Oh, okay.
the only time it's ever happened. It well, and like the last season it would happen a lot, but I figured out a good way to like instantly turn my PC back on. I just literally just unplug it.
Okay.
Oh
So
dear.
so yeah, so before I literally just waited like 10 minutes for it to come back, and it would cost my old team a bunch of rounds. So
Yeah, I'm glad that that was at least in between rounds when that one dipped, actually.
yeah. Like I was not good for that entire Anubis game. I just need to I need to focus more, I think, on the game and not like how I'm performing because I was getting destroyed, dude. My mental was so bad until that second OT.
Is that like a problem for you usually?
I would say so. As of late, like the last series we had, I think it was Smokehouse we played last match day for preseason. I had no mental issues and I literally destroyed everything, dude. I had a 98 aim rating on that Anubis game for against Smokehouse, and I believe I dropped 29 kills in the Mirage game before. It's like that's when I have no mental issues, I feel like I'm a really good player. It's just when I'm tilting and I'm not in a mood to be able to like perform, I am just completely useless. And I feel like we saw that a lot in Anubis there. Where I would just run out, I would get killed, and I would have no impact in the round. Like I wouldn't have any util or anything.
Yeah.
I feel like I costed a lot of rounds because of that.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I think again, like I would say the back half certainly got helped get your team over the line. So, there any other major takeaways you think for Fragasaurus coming out of this? Anything that you're comfortable
Um,
sharing anyway?
I think we do have an issue with certain people overcalling that aren't like the IGL, but other
Okay.
than that, I think we're a pretty good team. We just gotta work on our post plants, and I think we can definitely come out on top this season if we get our post plants down. There were a lot of rounds, especially on that Mirage Seaside, where
Yes.
we would have the site, we would get like two good entries, but our positioning was just like way away from each other.
Yes.
Like,
That was something we brought up on broadcast. I think there was like 3 or 4 rounds in a row where the CTs actually got the defusal on you guys.
yeah, our coach Dirt actually brought it up as well. Like, we're playing good positions and we have good aim. We're just not playing off of each other to where we can get those rounds. You know, we can't close out the rounds because we're playing too far apart.
Mhm.
But I feel like if we get that down, we'll be a very deadly team. Like all of
Yeah.
our players are very good. We just have a few issues that we got to iron out, but we will be a force in the future. I don't know how long that'll be. Probably whether it's next match day or in a couple weeks. Like I know this playoff season is gonna be crazy for us.
Promising early start and definitely fun team to watch. Last question for you. Did you have a line directly to Bible Clinger? Because there were several times in that Anubis game where Bible was like, I think they should do this. And then your team miraculously did the exact thing that he was claiming you should
Uh,
do.
I did not, but I mean, I wouldn't take all the credit for that because Scoobs is an amazing caller. He's very good with reads. So when we're in very specific situations, like he would have the most perfect read for us ready when we would like take B or take A just to rotate off or plant the bomb or whatever. So it would be like I don't know. I don't know if that's just me knowing him as an analyst from casting with him or what, but it was a very fun game.
But definitely fun to watch. Bible, did you have anything that you wanted to ask?
I guess I just wanted to ask Okinawa, out of all the players on your team for that second match for the overtime win, Who would you give the MVP to if you could pick one on your team? I mean, names that come into mind would be Icy or JP. I mean, both of them seem to be just
Um,
really doing a great job. But who would you say?
I would say Scoobs. He's kept us in line for the most part. If we were playing without him, I feel like we would all be loose cannons and we wouldn't really be as calm as we were. Um, he's definitely helped me as a player a lot figure out my playstyle as an AWPer, or as I guess a secondary AWPer now, and a rifler to just find my flow. And he would always call like breaks, 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 and we would quickly just stop whatever we're doing and just come and regroup. So I feel like I would give it to him for those rounds we won.
You know,
But
I have
I
a
could,
follow up for that about Scoobs.
yeah.
It was on that round. I don't know if you remember the round where you guys realized that they were stacked over on A. Um, and it was your T side, and two of you ran all the way around. Or sorry, on B site, you were stacked. They were stacked on B. You guys ran all the way around to A and planted the bomb. And Scoobs took the fight on A and kept the counter terrorist there. I don't know if you remember that round, but we were
I think
curious
I do.
during the broadcast if Scoobs, because we noted he was the IGL, and we were curious if he was doing that intentionally to lure the counter terrorist to stay on the B bomb site. And the round worked
Uh,
out.
I would say, knowing him, I would say it was intentional. He's a very smart player. Even when he's not calling, he's always thinking about how the game is and where players are on the map. So I would definitely say that was intentional from him. He's a
All right.
very smart player. So
A team is very dangerous when they have a good IGL with a team that trusts him. So it sounds like your roster is going to be very dangerous going into the rest of the season. If you're already doing this well in game one, I can't picture how it's going to be in the rest of the games.
yeah, I don't know if you saw my stats last season, but they were not as good as how they are right now. Like Scoops has elevated me as a player, and honestly has elevated Iffy as well, to where we're literally killing machines on our like separate bomb sites.
So
So
awesome to hear.
I'm very excited for the rest of the season. We just got a few issues to iron out, but I feel like we could definitely take the chip. There's a reason Scoops won it last time. I'll tell you that.
Going for the 2 in a row. Well, pretty awesome. Always nice to get a little bit of insight to how the teams work internally. And also very nice to hear that you can find people to up your game inside of our league.
Yep.
Do you have any other words you wanted to share there, Oki?
Uh, no, I'm good.
All right, brother. I appreciate you joining us on the desk. Great games. Appreciate you playing, letting us watch. Always
Yep.
fun to see some good overtime.
Yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday.
All right, brother. Sounds good. All right, well, that's going to bring us to the end of our matches for this evening. That was, again, the opener for season number 2, so be sure to tune in next time for a continuation. Signing off for Entry Point Esports, I've been Cal, joined by Bible Clinger, Obo, and the winner of the last match, Okinawa. Tune in next week to see more. See you then.